Our next speaker is a good friend of mine, and I don't need any notes to introduce her because she introduced herself to the Republican Party in Ohio so vigorously over her time as Ohio Republican Party chairman. When she was elected chairman in 2017, she won her office by 1 vote in the State Central Committee. When she was up for re-election in 2019, she was re-elected unanimously. And there's a good reason for that. One of the most important things of operating a Republican Party, or any political party, is getting the work done. Jane Timken gets the work done. Jane Timken got the work done. She has 2 cars, I think, that she's put over 100,000 miles on, something like that, crisscrossing the state. When she first came to Putnam County, she's been here 3 times prior to this, we had exactly 8 people at a Central Committee meeting for her to attend. She drove across Ohio, came to that meeting, and then drove back across Ohio. That's her dedication to the party. President Trump made more than a few phone calls, helping her to become chairman in 2017. And I loved seeing all the photos of her at the White House and at every other Trump event that took place after that. She stepped down as chairman because she is running for the United States Senate. And I can tell you there is nobody who will work harder than her at pursuing that office. Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Timken.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Governor, for coming to Ohio and fighting for this country. I'm Jane Timken, and I'm running to be your next United States Senator to advance the America First agenda. I will fight for our faith, our families, and our freedoms. I know many of you from my time traveling the state as the Ohio Republican Party chairman, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm a proud Buckeye, born in Cincinnati, to a nurse and a law professor. My parents are extremely important to me. My father embodied the American dream. He was the son of Irish immigrants. My grandmother was a maid, and my grandfather worked in a rubber factory. My father studied hard, applied himself, and was accepted to Harvard before going to law school. My mother was a Scottish immigrant and a nurse who came to America to seek her own adventure. In addition to putting up with my father and 3 children, at an early age she was diagnosed with MS. That diagnosis never let her stop living life ferociously. She was an opinionated, tough woman who suffered no fools. She knew who she was, and she never backed down. I'm a lot like my mom. My parents instilled those characteristics and principles in me, and they have served me well. I went to Walnut Hills High School in Cincinnati, and then was accepted at Harvard. That's where I got my first taste of the East Coast elites. They are out of touch, and believe me, they think nothing of taking your chance at the American dream. I didn't let them get to me, though. I worked my way through college, sometimes cleaning dorms and catering. I had the time for some extracurricular activities, though. I joined the Radcliffe Rugby Football Club, and I'm glad I did. Rugby's a tough sport. No pads, no helmets, and lots of mud. Maybe like politics. But it's my upbringing that makes me the fighter I am today. I've been blessed to live the American dream, and I will fight for your chance to live the American dream as your next U.S. Senator. We need a fighter in the U.S. Senate. When President Obama and the Democrats passed Obamacare, I became absolutely fed up. I decided to stand up to the Democrats and their takeover of our health care and our lives. Believe me, I will stop the Democrats from taking your health care and giving it to illegal immigrants. I became the Stark County Vice Chair and started to work to turn an all-Democrat county party into one that is now dominated by Republicans. We hold every office except the sheriff. During the 2016 presidential election, I supported President Trump and watched the Democrats, the media, and some so-called Republicans indiscriminately lose their minds because President Trump was speaking honestly and with conviction about what was wrong with this country and what he was going to do to change it. And after watching the state party sit on the sidelines in 2016, a party that John Kasich had transformed into an anti-Trump mess, I ran for chairman of the Ohio Republican Party as a conservative disruptor. With the support and endorsement of President Trump, I won and cleaned house. I transformed and united the party into a well-oiled machine that delivered conservative results up and down the ballot. And most importantly, delivering Ohio for President Trump in 2020. And now I'll go to Washington and continue the fight for his America First agenda. When Senator Portman announced his retirement, I once again felt the call to get more involved. It had just been days since Joe Biden had been sworn into office, but I could already see that Biden and his socialist friends would try to erase all the progress that President Trump made as our president. Rolling back tough on China policies, flinging open our borders with amnesty for 12 million illegal immigrants, decimating our American energy jobs, targeting the middle class with the largest tax increase in American history, and trying to cancel conservatives. Well, I won't let them. Joe Biden and his day one blunders, rolling back President Trump's tough illegal immigration policy. He stopped building the wall, he reinstated catch and release, and opened the southern border, causing the Biden border crisis we see today. And while Joe Biden refuses to acknowledge it, and Kamala Harris seems to laugh, there is a national security and humanitarian crisis at our border today. The border that Joe Biden has made open makes it harder for American families to succeed and harder for Ohio families and workers to find good jobs. It is hurting Ohio. Now, while that may seem a lot, Joe Biden and his friends aren't quite done. They are seen to be set next on attacking our election system. H.R. 1, For the People Act, or as I like to call it, For the Democrats Act, is an effort to totally federalize our elections. Ohio does our elections right. We make it easy to cheat, easy to vote and hard to cheat. That's the Democrats, they make it easy to cheat. But if the Democrats get their way, they will force every liberal wish list that was implemented in our 2020 elections on the rest of the country. They plan to take your hard-earned taxpayer dollars and put it into their own campaign coffers. I'll fight to protect your right to vote and our elections' integrity for the future of this country. And I'll stand up to protect life and the Second Amendment and protect our ally Israel. I was so proud of President Trump when he moved our embassy to Jerusalem. For the past 4 years, I've traveled this great state, putting 150,000 miles in 2 cars to elect conservative leaders up and down the ballot and re-elect President Trump. In the process, I've heard from Ohioans of all stripes about how the politics and policies in Washington have affected them, some good, some bad. And They are why I'm running to be your next United States Senator. Ohio needs a champion for our workers, our families, and our businesses. I will be that champion. Ohio needs someone who isn't afraid to stand up for Ohio's workers and our families. Someone who will fight back against the Democrats and the media and the cancel culture. I'm Jane Timken, and I'm running for you. Thank you. Please join me. God bless you. God bless Ohio, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.